be great to get a little bit of introduction about you, Major General, and as well as your company and your experience.
All right. So you know who I am, Major General Bali.
Yes.
In a moment of madness, decided to join the army when I was 16, and that journey lasted 41 years. So I served all over the place, had tons of operational experience, served 10 years in Kashmir, on the Chinese border, on the northeast. Fortunate enough to serve in a small African country called Lesotho as security advisor to the government there, with a single line mandate of making sure there are no coups. And so on. So the army has really been a very enriching experience. I've taught in 3 of Army's premier institutions, the Staff College, the Army War College, the Infantry School. And for my efforts in Kashmir, for getting shot at but not getting killed, I've been given a gallantry award. So that's been my whole journey in the armed forces. The army actually does much more for you than is known outside. When I joined, I was a 11th class pass student. And while I stayed in the army, I became a graduate. I did an MSc, I did an MPhil, I did a think tank program in US. And so there's loads of experience that the army gives you, which makes you who you are. When I superannuated, because retired is not a word I like to use, I had a single point goal, never to retire. And the very next day, I was CEO of a rural education society that ran 92 schools and colleges, 42,000 kids. And that pretty much could have been my last job because it was really a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Right. But for reasons of family, I had to move north. And again, I was fortunate that an engineering company, a project management company, which had at that point 75 projects of roads, bridges, tunnels, dams, hydro projects, railways, smart cities, power, all over India and abroad. They chose to make me the CEO. I warned them that my only engineering experience was that I was once asked to dig a trench, and that didn't quite come out right. So, but they said it's about leadership, it's about other things. So we did fine. When I took over the company, when I was the CEO of the company, that very month we were 105 crores in top line, and we ended up 210 crores in 2 years. So we doubled the revenue. So we did fine. Now that is as far as that was concerned. And then I had to take a sabbatical because on one fine day in the month of December 2018, without any warning, I contracted a life-threatening problem, something that kills more than 90% people, septicemia, poisoning of the blood.
Yeah.
So I remained in ICU for 28 days, and I went through ventilators and everything. I don't want to recount everything, but the reason I tell this story is because when I came out, I was warned that it'll take me 6 months to walk. It took me a month to walk. It took me 2 months to rejoin work. This time I took a lesser job as head of corporate affairs and HR. And it took me 6 months to complete a small mini half marathon. And since then I have done courses on, I become a certified life coach. I become a certified leadership coach. I become an ISO lead auditor. And now this month I became an independent director. I passed that examination. So hopefully the last exam I'll give my life, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. So that's pretty much it. I founded this company called Leadscape Advisors in the month of May. We are brand new. We've started doing some work already.
Okay.
Now, this company focuses on consulting organizations on their culture, a topic on which I am intimately interested. In fact, I'm writing a book on it under a contract with Pan Macmillan, India. And so we look at their culture. I've devised a proprietary tool which analyzes the culture. And then, of course, I look at it qualitatively, and we then go on to give actionable plans. The second thing we do, of course, is leadership training and life coaching, for which I have unashamedly leveraged all the best practices of the armed forces and married them in the best possible way to the corporate experience I have to build a bridge and to see what works when you go outside. The third thing we do is consult on disruption and how to overcome it. And I already mentioned the life coaching bit. So this is what I do basically, out of sheer love of all that I've experienced, all that I've learned over the years. So that's me, and here I am.
Awesome. Well,